Why is it that you can't do the things that you want to do? The good news is, you're not lazy, it's nothing to do with motivation, and it's not your fault. And I'm going to show you how to fix it. Hello sunshine. Why can't I follow through on my plans, and what keeps me stuck? It's a question that I ask myself often when, I've got loads of things that I want to do. I think in a day-to-day life, we sort of overestimate the things that we can get done in a day and underestimate the things that we can get done in a year. I remember when I had first started my own business, right? I had got this appointments calendar and I wrote in it like 7 o'clock, like get up and get out of bed. 7:30, have breakfast done. 7:45, meditate. 8 a.m. And then the day went on and on. And what happened was I was very, very disappointed very, very quickly because none of these things ever happened. So why is it that we get stuck? What happens there? And I'll let you know something. I'll let you into a secret. It's got absolutely nothing to do with being lazy, and it's got nothing to do with your level of motivation. So come on, get out your shame cave, out you come here. What it's got something to do with, something big to do with, is your thoughts that you think. So just think about something for me just now that you want to do. And what I want you to do now is think about the thoughts of doing it. All right? So you've got a circumstance, you've got your thoughts. And what happens when you've got your thoughts is you've got your feelings. So your thoughts create your feelings, and your feelings create your actions. And guess what your actions do? They create the outcome. So if you've had plans to do something now, like I have with this YouTube channel for about 6 months, then you know that what's getting in the way is the thoughts that you have about it. It's quite interesting actually, because I met my friend for lunch recently, and I consider her to be one of these people that doesn't actually care what other people think of her, right? And she's been talking about writing a book for the longest time. And I've heard a lot about this book. I've heard the story, I've heard the plot, I've heard the characters. I am so into this book, by the way, that I'm ready to get onto her pre-order. She's written the plot, she's written the story arcs, she's written the character development, she knows everything about them. She's even plugged them into something where she can describe what kind of personality that each of these characters have. And when I says to her, how are you getting on, how the chapter's coming, she hasn't started yet. So what she's got is she's got all of this sort of structure, but she doesn't have the bits that make it. So she doesn't have those through lines that carry the story. It sounds fantastic, and like I said, I really want to get my hands on it and get onto the pre-order. But interestingly enough, when I dug a little deeper, right, and I asked her, what is it that's stopping you? Her response surprised me because, like I said, I consider her to be somebody who doesn't care what other people think about her. But she was so nervous about what people thought about her. She was really, really scared of being judged, actually. And this friend of mine, when she was in high school, she got bullied by a group of girls. And, I don't know what your response was if you were bullied when you were younger, but her response just amazes me, and it still makes me laugh. She barked at her bullies. She barked at her bullies like a dog. And they didn't bully her anymore. They just thought she was a little bit odd, and she was okay with that. They kind of got off her back. But what was really quite interesting is when I said to her, oh my goodness, you are scared of what people think of you, and you used to bark at bullies. Who even are you? What happened for her in that moment was really quite quick, actually. She went, oh, hold on a minute. And she almost forgot that she didn't really care what other people thought about her. So how is it then that we get from being stuck to doing exactly what we want to do, I wonder? And if you're sat there thinking just push through, you're swimming up the wrong lake, mate. Because all that's going to do is make you feel as if you're swimming against the tide. And what happens when you swim against the tide? You don't move very far and you get exhausted. You probably already know that from trying to push through on previous projects in the past, eh? So I asked my friend, what's the worst thing that can happen? And at first she did say people will judge her. But then she changed her mind and she decided that that wasn't the worst thing at all that could happen. The worst thing that could happen for her was that she was here in the same place next year, having all these bits and pieces together, but still not even knowing if she was going to get that book out. Still having the big dream for the book to become alive, I guess, and not having it done yet. And that was the fear for her. So much time passing by and still wanting that same dream to come to life. So how do we circuit break here? What I want you to consider for me is hopping ahead of time. Come on, get in your DeLorean for me, right? And I want you to hop ahead of time to a point in the future where you've already managed to do the thing. And the thing might be a hard conversation with somebody that you've been putting off, or it might be sorting out that cupboard at the back of the house that's got so much stuff in it and you've been thinking for the longest time something needs to happen with that. How is it then? How do we break this circuit? Right, we hop ahead of time. How will it feel to have the thing finished? How will my friend feel when she's completed even just a chapter, never mind the whole book? And for her, it was relief. It was a sense of achievement. So I'm wondering for you, how will it feel for you to hop ahead of time? Maybe just hop to the moment where you've completed it, when you've done the thing, and you think, right, okay, that's how it will feel. So when you consider what it is that you want to do, I don't want you to get stuck in the thoughts of, oh no, people might judge me, this might take too long, I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I want you to jump ahead to the thoughts of, oh my goodness, I will feel as if I've accomplished something. How good will it feel to succeed at whatever it is that you're doing? What are the cool lessons that you might have learned along the way? And other things that come along with that as well. And I really want you to delve into the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, what it will feel like, what it will sound like, what you'll hear, who will be there, how you'll look, how you'll hold yourself. Consider the confidence that you'll have gained from doing what it is that you're wanting to do. Consider as well just that sense of achievement, maybe even the sense of relief as well. Thank goodness that's done with. Consider and all that actually the failure might be all right, because you're going to learn so much from failure than you will ever learn from a book. You're going to learn so much more from something going wrong and working out how to do it than what it will be if you never even tried. I think that's pretty amazing. And something else to consider as well, one of my favourite places in the world is Barcelona, and La Sagrada de Familia is just outstanding. This cathedral is stunning. So many people visit this place every single day, thousands per month. I wonder what the numbers are for the year. And yet, every time I've been by it, there's been scaffolding up. Nobody's standing there going, they've not quite perfected it yet. The scaffolding's still up. I don't know why they're putting that out there. La Sagrada de Familia stands there and people go in and they're in awe of this thing. And yet you're waiting for perfection. Come on, skip ahead of time. Imagine you're the Sagrada de Familia yourself. Why not? The sky's the limit. So let's move on a little further still. I'd like to invite you to close your eyes with me. And if you're driving or if you're operating heavy machinery, please don't be closing your eyes. Pay attention to what you're doing. But maybe it is that you can just tune into the words that I'm saying just now. But I want you to just settle yourself and feel that sense of groundedness. Arrive in your body just here. Allow yourself to feel the sensations that are within your body. Maybe even just take the deepest breath you've taken all day for me. You might even want to sigh it all the way out if it's been a particularly heavy day. Arriving in the body. And what I want you to do just now with me is just consider something that you've been wanting to do for the longest time. I don't want you to get lost in the story of should-haves and could-haves and why haven't I's. I want you just to bring to mind whatever it is. When you have that there, I want you to notice the thoughts that you have about it. Again, not getting lost in the stories of it, but just notice the thoughts that come in. It might be thoughts of, this feels scary. What if I make a fool of myself? What if I don't know enough? Or people judge me? And it's okay for them to be there. They're there anyway. We're not trying to get rid of them. And what I want you to do now is I want you to notice how it feels to be there in your body with those thoughts. Pay attention to what feelings come from those thoughts. It might be tightness. You might notice some tension in the body. Or it might even be that you're looking for a distraction. But I want you to stay with the feelings for a moment and just allow them to be there too. Almost as if you've invited them along. And what I want you to do is I want you to consider how the outcomes normally go for you when these thoughts and feelings arrive. How do you act? How do you behave? It might be that you switch off, you distract yourself. I don't want you to be judging yourself in this moment. I just want you to allow yourself to experience witnessing it. But next, what I want you to do is I want you to hop ahead of time with me again. To a time when you've completed whatever it is that you've been wanting to do. You've succeeded. And I want you to consider the thoughts that are here now. What thoughts have arrived? It might be relief. It might be that sense of achievement. Just noticing what's here for you. And then I want you to notice the feelings that are associated with it. Maybe pride, an increase in confidence, happiness. And next, what I want you to notice is how you act after that. It might even encourage you to do something else that you've been wanting to do for a while. Or it might even encourage you to praise yourself, to thank yourself, to hold yourself with a bit more gratitude. But stay here with that for a moment and allow yourself to absorb that being ahead of time, having already done what it is that you need to do. Let that sink in for a moment. And maybe even consider this to be the motivator that allows for you to take the next step forwards in whatever it is that you want to do. But I'll ask you to sit here for a few breaths with me just now. And just sigh those breaths out. And then in your own time, and only when you are feeling ready to, opening the eyes again. And joining me back in this space here. And I want to let you know that if there is something that you've had planned for the longest time and you've not got round to doing it yet, you're not a failure. You're a work in progress, just like the beautiful cathedral, La Sagradia de Familia. Just like all of us really being human. Take care of yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You've got this.